We made it! So we're almost done with learning target 4. The only thing that we have to do is how to divide polynomials. We talked about factoring, and factoring is like breaking into multiple parts, right? Like if you factor like, let's say 10, it'd be like 2 times 5. That's factoring. So I know we did not have 10. We had some like crazy long expressions, but factoring was really breaking into all parts that makes up. When you multiply, you get the original. So that's kind of a, so this is what I mean by it. Like this is what factoring is. You break into multiple parts, but when you multiply, you should end up back to the original. So when we're dividing, it's kind of the same idea. Cause think about like simple dividing things. Let's say 9 divided by 3. Well, you know how 3 goes into 9 3 times and 9 and subtract is 0. Remember this? Dividing. So what are the factors? Well, it'll be 3 times 3. 3 and 3 is a factor of 9, right? What about, let's say you have a 10, you're dividing by 2. Well, I mean, everybody knows that 2 times 5 is 10. What are you talking about, Miss Bay? This is too easy. It must be what you're thinking. But think, this is what you did. You just found out that factors of 10 are 2 and 5. Because when you multiply them, you get 10. So dividing is just another way of looking for factors. We're dividing in this case because it's just easier to find the factor that way. These are not difference of squares. Some of them are not factorable using factor by grouping. So this is a sure way to figure out if we can factor it. So let's begin. And this old-fashioned way of dividing is called long division because, I don't know, maybe because it's long. Long division is when you're dividing like how you used to do when you were in elementary school. But what we're gonna do is called synthetic division. It sounds so cool, doesn't it? Synthetic division. But what it is really a shortcut of dividing. Why use shortcut? Because if you use a long way, oh boy, that could take up a whole page per question. So we're actually gonna tell you a shortcut. And with the shortcut, I feel like everything it is like that too. Like if we did the long way, I feel like you understand why we're doing like, oh, you're doing like how many times does 2 go into 10? That's why you put 5, and like we understand the whole process. However, I feel like when we do take shortcuts, it's more of like, hey, here's a shortcut, memorize it. I feel like that's what we usually that's kind of like what it is. So I feel bad that we're just telling you, hey, this is how you do it. But to save time, we're gonna teach you synthetic division. If you like to find out the whole process behind it, please Google. You know how to Google. You know how to use YouTube. YouTube Google long division of polynomials. So here's how to do synthetic division. Let's say you have a polynomial like ax, let's say cubed, okay? And then we're gonna just write this in like bx squared plus cx plus d. So this is like, I know I put a, b, c, d, but they represent numbers. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something. And we're gonna divide them by x plus a, b, c, d. Okay, let's put e. So x is an x, but e could represent a number. Okay, so if we're dividing something like this is how we write it. So weird. So first, you're gonna write all the coefficients, including the signs, but since I'm using all the pluses as an example, I'm writing a, b, c, d like so. Now, it's not a rule, but we just like to do it little like L, like flipped L like this, just because it's kind of conventional way of doing it and makes it look easier, I guess. So this is what we're saying. We're gonna divide this coefficient A, B, C, D by this, not the X, but the constant term, the number term next to it. Except here is a super duper 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 tricky thing. We have to do opposite side. Opposite side. I mean, I'm telling you, don't ask me why. It's a shortcut. It works. It really works, but to prove how and why it works, it's another like 1 hour video that I have to create. So once you put negative opposite of whatever this number term is, and this is how we write it. We just bring down the A. We don't do anything, so you just bring it down, and then we multiply these, and we're gonna put it here and add it. I mean, I feel like after this term, like after this process, I'd rather show you than just talk about it in this like steps, because I think steps are gonna be a lot more wordy and confusing for no reason. So let me just show you how like it would actually look like in real life setting or in the real example. Ready? Phew, I had to take a break because this is such a extremely tricky process. Alright, tell me the coefficients. 1x cubed, so it's 1. Negative 2x squared, so that's negative 2. And do you notice I'm like just leaving a little space between the two? Negative 9x, so negative 9. Negative 30, so negative 30. So those are the coefficients, right? I'm gonna divide them by opposite of the number term. So it says negative 5, so I'm putting positive 5. Because you want to make sure you put opposite side. Now I draw a line. Okay. So first, you just bring it down. We don't do anything but bring it down. Done. Now, starting from here, just a little tricky. This number, we always multiply by what you're dividing by. So 1 times 5 is 5, right? You put it right here. And then we add them together. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Now, we do the same process. 3 times 5 is 15. So when you add them together, you get 6. 5 times 6, 30. You add them together, 0. And just like long division process, when we divide polynomials, the last term is called remainder. And just to let you know, we're trying to give you remainder zeros, and when there's no remainder, that means it's a factor of what we get is going to be a factor of the original polynomial. Now here's the thing. Of course, your factor is like not 136. That's weird, right? It's not 136. That's just 136 are the coefficients of the factors. So here's how we do it. You get 1, right? So when you write the this part, we'll call it the quotient because it's a leftover part of what you divided by. The quotient is like, it goes like this. If you start with the x cubed, you always lower the exponent by 1. So it'll be 1x squared. That's 3, so it's plus 3. Lower that by 1, so it's gonna be next one is x. Plus, then there's 6. And there's not gonna be no x because there's an x squared x, so x is 0, so no x. And then remainder 0, so you don't have to write anything. So that is it. So you know what that means? That means if you do x minus 5 times x squared plus 3x plus 6, and if you multiply it all out, then you're gonna get the original function. So that's really what that means. Confusing? Well, come back for one more video, okay? Let me do like few more examples and hopefully make it easier for you. I'll stop right here.